All right, good evening, everybody. Alan Slaughtersinski with the Brevard Sports Network. And has been, I should say, over the last, I would say, probably decade, an ever growing sport that is becoming so popular and being played at every level from youth to the college level and competitively. And I'm talking about esports. So, what are esports? Well, if you don't know, esports is basically the basic definition of esport is a multiplayer video game played competitively for people watching, typically by professional gamers or college gamers. And I'm telling you right now, if you ever go onto Facebook and watch people do this, they are getting thousands and thousands and thousands of views on these esport games, and it's incredible. So I was approached a couple of months ago and by Tayshawn Peppers. Tayshawn is down at St. Thomas University, where he participates in collegiate esports gaming. So help me welcome here tonight to the Brevard Sports Network, my man who's been so patient about this, and I'm finally glad to get him back on, Tayshawn Peppers. Tayshawn, first of all, thank you so much for your patience. I appreciate you coming on. Where now? You went to Heritage? Is that where you said?
I went to Holy Trinity.
Holy Trinity. I'm sorry, Holy Trinity. I knew it started with an H. So you went to Holy Trinity. All right, before we start talking about esports and all that, tell us where your love of this came from.
Um, Honestly, I've been playing games for a long time since I was a little kid. So I always loved gaming, and once I found out like I can like get a scholarship for it and participate collegiately, I took the opportunity.
Now, at Holy Trinity, how did you get into, like, how were you able to how do you get recruited doing esports? How did that happen for you?
Um, so it just happened in college. So I remember seeing my friend. He had the esports backpack on, and I was wondering like that he played like against other colleges, and he opened up to me. He told me, like yeah, he plays against different colleges, and he's on scholarship. And so I was like, that's crazy because like I love like esports. I love gaming. So,
I
um,
mean, it's like a dream come true there, right?
right, yes, sir.
Now, when you used to play games, like when you take me through that. What did you play? What was your love? What did you do?
Um, Honestly, growing up, I love playing like 2K, Madden, Call of Duty.
Gotcha.
Um, yes, sir.
Did you ever get into like some of the serious stuff that like you look and there's these guys that got these setups that are just out of this world with multiple computers and things like that? What did you ever did is that how your setup is with the esports in college?
Um, So, all right, we have a varsity room that has a whole lot of Alienware, which is like a top brand for like gaming products.
Gotcha.
So I use that, but my personal setup, I recently just got a better setup. But I just have my PS5, which I stream from, and I have a monitor and I have a mic.
So you can stream right from your PS5 with this then, huh?
Yes, sir.
That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Okay, so um, you get involved with the esports now, um, and as you're talking, well, obviously we're recording this, but people are seeing you playing this game on the screen. What are people watching you play right now with this racing game?
Um, it's really it's a car game, but it's mainly like playing soccer with cars. So it's like playing um like a game of soccer
That's
with a rocket attached to the back of your car, basically.
That's wild, man. Okay, so is this the e game that you guys do down there, or do you play multiple games?
um, that's it's my favorite game to play down here.
Right.
We actually won a championship in the last spring, but I do compete. I do play Call of Duty, Fortnite. Overwatch. So I do it all.
Okay, so you're definitely in there now. What are you at St. Thomas University to study?
So I'm gonna be graduating this year with a bachelor's in sports administration, but I plan on getting another bachelor's in sports medicine.
Okay, so you're a sports guy, man. That's what you do. When you went to Holy Trinity, did you play any sports?
Yes, sir. I played football.
Yes, sir. You sure did. Talk a little bit about where do you see as you're in sports administration or sports medicine later in life? Where will esports? Because when you get out of college, Pep, the one thing I found out about this is you can make a lot of money doing this. What? I mean, people win a lot of money doing this. Talk a
Yeah.
little bit about where you want to be with this in the future.
Um, Honestly, if I stick to the sports administration, I could end up being a esports coach. And I recently seen a job opening that paid like 150,000 for being
To
an esports coach.
to be a coach?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Pep, I'm in the wrong line of work. I'm coming down. I'm in the wrong line of work. 150K to be an esport. What other like games like would would we know that are played competitively at the college level?
Madden, the new NCAA game that's
Okay,
being played competitively. Call of Duty,
that
CS2.
that's the
And
game right there, isn't it? Call of Duty.
yes, sir.
Tell me about. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a shot here, Pep, to brag on yourself a little bit. How good are you at these games, man? Obviously, you're very good if you scholarshiped up down at St. Thomas. I mean, you ain't no slack at this. So talk a little bit about how good you are at these games. You were part of a championship winning team, so I know you did your part. Talk a little bit about your skill level on this stuff.
I mean, I don't usually talk about myself like that, but
I know. I'm
I
trying to get it out of you, but you're pretty good at this stuff, aren't you?
yes, sir. I'm pretty good. Yes, sir.
All right, okay, yeah, you're a humble guy. I've been texting with Pep now for 2 months, and that's the one thing I definitely gathered about him. You just went back down. Let's find out a little bit about you when you're not gaming, when you're not going to school. Graduate of Holy Trinity. What do you do to relax? How do you have fun? Or is gaming your way to relax and have fun?
Um, Honestly, I like going out and like exploring.
Okay.
'Cause, like I'm from Titusville, Florida, so like it's a small city. We don't have much there to like have fun in. We always got to go somewhere else. But I like to have fun and explore. But I love playing games though. I made a lot of relationships like throughout playing games. Like for instance, I actually I have a friend. Her name is J3.
Uh huh.
Um, she's deaf, and I didn't know that until she opened up and told me. She texted to me. I was grateful to play with her because like every time I play with her, she tells me that it makes her day, basically. So
Oh
it's
wow.
it's a lot of cool things about gaming, like relationship wise.
The relationships, yeah. I mean, St. Thomas University is down south in Miami Gardens, Florida. You ain't far from the University of Miami, so there's a lot to see and do down there. What are some of your favorite things to do down there in Miami Gardens?
Uh, I mean, but besides like going out to the beach area and down there, I really just like to hang out with my friends and do
Right
it. So
now,
as long as it's safe, that's what I do.
there's quite a few other Brevard County students down there. You ever run into a few of them?
Yes, yes, sir. So we have Jaylon, who I went to Holy Trinity with, Ja'Cory Waddle,
Oh yeah,
played against him. Got Tay Farmer, Rashard Farmer, my cousin. So it's a
Ja'Cory,
lot.
Ja'Cory Waddle from Astronaut, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Ja'Cory was a real good football player at Astronaut, and of course, the Farmers are your cousins, right?
Yes, sir.
So obviously, we know. So being a good football player, definitely runs in your family. So this is your final year of college coming up, huh?
Yes, sir.
It's hard to believe you're that old already. I
Um,
don't mean like, like I'm 54, that's old. I mean, I just can't believe that you're, what are you, a senior already?
yes, sir. 21.
Oh my God, are you kidding me?
Yes, sir.
Oh man, you guys make me feel so old. So you already starting to line up your future. What would you say to those? How would somebody get into doing this? Like, let's just say there's a 16-year-old that loves playing video games and is considering esports. What would you tell them? What advice would you offer them?
Obviously, I would tell them, regardless, in whatever you do, you got to really dedicate time and have patience in building your craft. Working on yourself, working on uh, for whatever kind of skills you need for that game, particularly. I would tell them that it's not going to happen overnight, of course, but to keep going because what game you only can get better. Even if you lose, you got to take the knowledge that you lost from losing and work on it, apply it for the next game. So
What as far as for somebody that wants to do it in earnest? Now I know every university's got an esports team now, and in fact, I believe there's esports in Brevard Public Schools now. Is that accurate? I believe there is.
it's probably a great possibility. It is. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
no, I believe I heard a couple of years ago somebody was wanting to start up esports and wanted to know if we wanted to broadcast it. But you're gonna when you come back this summer, if you're not out there making 150 grand a year coaching esports, you're gonna try something on BSN. You're gonna try some esports on BSN, aren't you?
Yes, sir. I'm ready for it.
Yeah, I'm ready for it too, man. I'm excited to have this be a part. Pep, there was something that struck me about a month ago that I really felt bad about because I couldn't have you in the studio, but because I wanted to have your brothers come in and I think it's really important to know, how much you want, how close you are with your brothers and all, and talk about that a little bit.
Okay, so in total, I have four brothers. I have
Hmm.
a stepbrother. I have another baby brother. He's like 3 years old. And
Hmm.
I have two god brothers. Um, they're one of them is I think 18, 19. The other one's like 17. Um, but yeah, I love them to death. Any way I can be a positive role model in their life, I try to be. Whether it's talking to them about like real life situations or showing them how things work. Um, I just want to be the best role model I can for them. I want to
Yeah,
take care of them.
and I love the fact that you wanted to bring them in studio. So I know they're watching this. So yeah, I think that's fantastic, and I think family is a huge part of people's success. And family is so important, and I love the fact that you say that. And I like the fact, and I think it says a lot about your character too, Pep. When you were talking about the young lady who can't hear, and you make her day when you play, and I just think that's really cool stuff, man. And I think that's things people really need to know about you. So what like when you're back here for the summer and you're chilling with your friends and like what's that go-to spot? Where does Pep like to go get a good meal at? What's your favorite restaurant, Pep?
Of course, it's a restaurant in Titusville, Florida called Heroes. It's family owned. My uncle owns the restaurant, so I love going there with my god brothers and my big cousin and eating. So
Here,
we get wings and fries, everything.
Heroes Restaurant in Titusville. Now, look, the thing I
Yes,
always admired about Titusville was y'all got a Checkers up there, man. Not a Checkers, the burger joint that sells them small burgers. What is that?
oh, Crystals.
Y'all got a Crystals in Titusville, man. Every time I go through Titusville, I'm hitting that Crystals for 24 burgers, man. And I like, trust me when I tell you, I got to every time I go through. I'm glad they don't have a Crystals down here in Melbourne, man. I'm just
Yeah.
grateful to that. You like Crystals burgers?
I'm a big fan of their wings. Every time I go there, I get their wings.
I got you. I got you. So what do you want everybody to know before we go? What do you want everybody to know about esports, man? What should we know about esports that we don't? Because it's only going to get bigger. In 10 years, you're going to be watching esports. You already are watching esports at times. I've seen esports televised, but in 10 years, it's going to be even bigger. But what do you want people to know about esports right now?
Okay, so for all the like parents that of course you want your kid to get active, especially while they're young. But don't knock their gaming because at the same time your child can get money from it, whether it's out of like season tournaments that they go to or it's scholarship money for college. You feel me? So it's a lot of opportunities out there for the kids to make money as well. So
And I think it's important that you said before them, of course they got to be active. You played football, right?
this
So, but there are a lot of kids that take gaming very seriously, and you're right. It is an opportunity for a career, and not just in even really playing the games, because Pep, as you look across the world, these software developers, you know what, playing video games leads to those things, right? I mean, it leads to software development, computer technology. All of that is important, and it opens up kids' minds, doesn't it?
yes sir.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Well, Pep, I got to tell you, Tayshawn Peppers, Holy Trinity grad, getting ready to, he is in his senior year at St. Thomas University. And you've seen the video games and the pictures and all of that on the screen. Pep, keep us posted this year. And if you guys, we'd love to put a post up about you guys down there. So take a picture of your team, send me that. And we'd love to see it all, man. We'll keep everybody up here posted.
Yes sir. I got
All
you.
right. Thank you so, Pep. Let me just say this. I'm glad we finally got to talk and do this, man. I gotta say this. When Pep first reached out to me, he said, Mr. Allen, he said, esports is becoming as popular as a lot of regular sports, and he's right. I love the fact that he fought for what he's doing and what he could potentially be making his living in. So, Pep, I give you a lot of credit. I got mad respect and love for you, man. Thank you so much for reaching out to me about that.
Yes sir.
All right. For Tayshawn Peppers, I'm Alan Slaughterzinski for the Brevard Sports Network.